Okay, let's go through some of my past mistakes I have made as an artist, and hopefully you will learn from these and not repeat the same mistakes that I've made. So my first mistake was I tried to avoid doing what I actually wanted to do the most. So this actually happened to me in music 2 times. The first time was when I actually wanted to make music. I didn't know exactly what type of music, but all I knew that I wanted to produce music in one way or another. And at this time I was training quite a lot, so I just thought that it should be something easy and simple, small hobby on the side. And to me at that time, I had like some friends who were producers, but to me at that time it seemed like such an impossible task because I didn't understand anything about producing music. So I just thought to myself like, that's too difficult, that's too much. Let me just do something that is a bit easier to get started. And because I came from hip hop culture background, I did this thing called break dancing. So I knew everything about hip hop. I knew about MCs, graffiti, DJs, and that kind of stuff. So I just downloaded some free DJ software on my laptop, and then I tried to do something there. But I quickly noticed that it is easy because DJ's job is quite simple. It's basically just play button and transition to another song. It is super easy. So while it is fun to start from that, since you're complete newbie to music stuff, it gets pretty boring quite fast. So eventually I learned that I always come back to the thing that I wanted to do at first, which is producing music. And the second time when I tried to avoid doing the thing I wanted to do the most was when I had already been producing for a while, but deep inside I knew that what I really wanted to do is to be a rapper. Specifically a rapper in English language. And the whole reason why I didn't do that for a long time was because it's pretty impossible big task to do, kind of the same thing as what producing was at first, but it just seems impossible to do, so it's not worth the effort because I'm just a Finnish white boy. I can barely talk in English. It just felt way too far-fetched to be putting any effort into. So I coped, I tried to avoid it, but eventually I got better at making beats, better and better. Eventually when it's something that you really want a lot, it's just unavoidable and it just has to happen. So I just started to make rap in English and make my own songs completely. So with both of these times I thought that the thing I actually wanted was too difficult, is impossible thing to achieve, and then I coped and tried to do something a bit similar but a bit easier and realistic. But then eventually I just ended up doing the thing I wanted to do in the first place because there's no other place to go to. So basically what to learn from this mistake is that just try to accept as fast as possible on the thing that you actually want to do, and it is going to be difficult obviously, but when it's something that you truly want to do the most, you are more willing to go through that struggle on getting to the level you want. So just be real and be okay, I want to do this crazy thing in music, either it's producing or being an artist. Just be truthful and have the balls just to admit it right away, and the faster you can start focusing on that main thing, the faster you will make progress to it. Because all of this other stuff that you're kind of coping with, for example for me it was doing some dumb DJ stuff, it is just slowing you down. And all of this maybe this thing is easier, maybe this thing is easier, maybe this thing is more realistic, all that stuff is just gonna slow you down because eventually you just want to do that one thing anyways. So just accept what you want. Just accept what you want and own it. Also a quick bonus tip, this is not a mistake but just a tip kind of related to the last thing I talked about. It's easier to blow up making music in your own language than it is to make it in English. So if you're from a different country that has different main language than English and you want to get big as possible and start making money as fast as possible, doing it in your country's main language is the best way to go about it. Because basically your country is way smaller, or the countries that talk that language are way smaller than the amount of people who talk in English. So it's easier to become successful in this small country niche than internationally. but also the market is also a bit smaller, so you can make a bit less profit than if you would become big internationally. Just something to keep in mind on like thinking on your goals. Okay, the second mistake is that I took way too long to start taking music seriously. And the main reasons for this was, I guess, some sort of like uncertainty, which I think is for like pretty much all artists. Not in your own skills, but maybe also, at least for me, there was uncertainty in the scene. Because for me, I used to make rap. I really enjoyed the music. I really enjoyed the art. But the branding and the lifestyle a lot of rappers promoted, I couldn't really relate to, because I thought it's a bit stupid. If you're a rapper, you can probably relate to this a bit too. Because here was this artist that I idolize, and they are like amazing as an artist, but as person they just basically do drugs and party all the time and make music, and that is something I didn't really resonate with or nor I wanted for my life. So that is kind of something that held me back, because especially when you're young, you often think that you need to be specifically like this person if you want to like have similar results. Like there's no room for anything else. But I actually have another video about this. It might be released by now, or it will like in a couple days, but I will talk more about this specific subject. That video is going to be titled "You Don't Need to Be a Retard" or "Don't Be an Idiot" or something like that. But yeah, basically what to learn from this mistake is that you need to make the decision to be serious as fast as possible, because only when you decide to do that, you start to progress super fast. If you don't make that decision, you will just progress way too slow to be getting anywhere. And of course, like, it is scary to make that decision, and there is always uncertainty, always a bit of risk. But that is also something that I help with and help you deal with it by just thinking rationally and logically about it, so it doesn't feel so uncertain. But yeah, make that decision as fast as possible to avoid this. And then second mistake is being too obsessed in doing everything on my own. So this is not really a mistake. It is a clear decision that I made. But basically I really wanted to not just to be a rapper. I wanted to be someone who can do it all. I wanted to know how to produce, how to rap, and how to make like versatile songs. And then I also wanted to know how to mix and master. And then after that, I fully focused on learning marketing and business. So there are not many artists that can do it all, who can do all of those things, or can do, but can do well. And there's a reason for that, because it's just so much work. And my suggestion is that if you want to be either a producer or an artist, you should like just focus on that and outsource everything else as much as possible, so you can put most of your focus into the main thing you want to do, because your focus should be as small and linear as possible to make it the fastest progress. Also, because the way I did it, it's super duper slow. You need to like spend years and years and years. So I could learn to make beats, years and years and years, so I could level up as a rapper enough. And then again, years and years and years, mix and master, and so on. So it's absolutely like ridiculous if you wanna make as fast progress as possible. But again, a lot of these mistakes are not actually mistakes. They are just more of me being super crazy and obsessed about this stuff. And it is a clear decision by me. It's just because I was really stubborn about doing it this way. But it is definitely not the fastest and most efficient way if you wanna become. Also, a second mistake is not connecting more with other people. And this is kind of related to the fact that the way I liked working and I was obsessed about is like working by myself, learning everything by myself. And I didn't like connecting with other people. It felt like a waste of time, and I don't naturally like connecting with other people. So I just stick to doing everything by myself, which is again not a good thing if you wanna make progress as fast as possible, because the fastest way to progress is to work with other people, you know? This can be connecting with artists, producers, engineers, or whatever. Anyone basically who is doing something music related. Especially trying to find like long-term relationships that is really beneficial on your career long term. And next mistake is not learning from professionals. And the next mistake is not learning from professionals earlier. So this is kind of related to the fact that I didn't take it that serious right away. And when you don't take things serious, you're not willing to invest on it. And when you don't invest, it's difficult to reach like people who are proper experts on this field. This can be anything from courses, online calls, or in real life, like teaching session, studio session, and just finding good education either online or real life. It's super valuable. It's not really about even how much it costs, as long as it gives more value back, you know, return on investment. So one example could be that I went to a studio with the best mix and mastering engineer in my country, and I basically spent like the whole day yapping with him and learning from him. And it did cost quite a lot, as it should, but when you think about it, like just spending that much money just for one day, it seems like something you don't really want to do when you're an artist, and you have this kind of a poor mentality, which is just to like save as much as possible, and then just waste time because you don't get like a proper education. But when you think about it in a smart way, is that yeah, you spend a lot of money in one day, but the amount of value you get just by being with someone who is the best at what they do in the same room for like one day or even like multiple hours, the value you get from that it's just so big, and it's something that you don't get really from anywhere else. And that small thing, that one small day is gonna like change everything. It's gonna like speed up the process so much more, and it's gonna give them value back multiple times. You shouldn't be like thinking like, is this expensive or is it not? It is what you get out of it. And if it's something online, you can maybe like test it for a while and see if you like it. So I make the decision to take it serious as fast as possible and start learning from experts as fast as possible. It's gonna speed up everything. Like that's the thing that is gonna speed up everything the most, learning from people who are better than you. And next mistake I made was not to market like crazy, and I talked about this in other videos quite a lot, but basically I didn't do it because all my time went into the music stuff, which I was obsessed over, and I just didn't have the energy or the care to do marketing, even though I knew I should. But that is something that everyone should do and invest quite a lot of their time into. And the last one is having a product. Something basically you can easily sell to your fans online, and having that as early as possible, right when you start having any fans basically. So there's something that they can buy so you can start making money right away. So obviously like some of these were like clear decisions that I made, which might have been a bit silly decisions, but also like some of it when might have been a bit slow and confused has been because of there was no one like helping me or telling me what to do. There were not like so many creators on YouTube, for example. And like I said, my personality is just that kind, like if I want to do something, I'm really stubborn about it, even though it might not be the most ideal thing to do career wise. But if you want to make money with music as fast and easy as possible, then you should definitely learn from these mistakes that I talked to you about. Check out my free music beats community in the description. I will be there teaching and helping you. And there are some premium calls where I'm going to be teaching you one-on-one personally, helping you level up super fast. And check out this cool video next, and I will see you guys later on the next video. Bye.